Yo, guys! What did you guys think of this episode? Because I was completely blown away. Holy crap. Now, yeah, this was like the epitome of epicness. I don't even know how else to put it. It was freaking awesome. Jeez! The cliffhanger was, I'm so stoked for next weekend's episode now, because, like, I want to, I'm going to kill Tarlok, I'm going to kill Iki. Iki, not much of a kill, but I will, dispose of her somehow. And then Tarlok, I'll just flat out kill. I'll grab my shotgun and kill him. So, there you go. Holy crap, man. I didn't expect, well, I actually, you know what? I did. I actually did expect Tarlok's little ability. I did expect it. I was like, whoa, what? Yes, I called it. What up now? Because, it's in his nature. That's all it is. It's his nature. However, I did not think it would be revealed this soon. I was like, whoa. And when it was revealed, I was like, woo! It's back, baby! It's back! Anyway, let's get on with this episode before I completely lose my mind. It's called When Extremes Meet. That is the most amply named title I've ever heard in my life. Because they're extremes. That's all it is. Oh my god. It was episode 8, and Asami and it starts out with Asami, Bolin, and Mako. They all come to the island, and I have Milo's crushing on Asami, which is kind of cute. It's, like, adorable. It's like a little puppy dog crush. And then, I think Jinora has a little crush on Mako, but who doesn't in this freaking show? Jeez. And it was kind of funny how Bolin tried to ask a bunch of questions to throw Iki off, but the Iki just pauses, and then she goes, yes, yes, no, no, 10,553. I was like, what? You actually counted the trees? What? Anyway, that was awesome. That was freaking awesome. And then, when Iki and Korra are showing Asami to her side of the island, her dorm on the inside of the island, Iki just looks at Asami and goes, Korra likes Mako, right? I was like, no! Iki! No! I'm going to shoot you! Do not! No! And Korra's face was priceless. I think she's going to kill Iki later. Season finale, or maybe she might kill her. I don't know. Just kind of make her disappear. But then, yeah, and Asami, she's like, no, I wasn't really aware of that. I was like, oh, God! That was just hilarious, though, because then there's, like, this whole awkward moment, and Iki does this little monster thing. I don't even know what the heck that was all about. But there's an awkward moment between Asami and Korra, and they're just like, okay, yeah, this is weird. And then Tenzin takes Korra to attend Saikon's, which is the new chief of police, after Lin Beifong resigned, of course. I die! Why'd she have to resign? But I understand why she did. I just don't want her to, really, because this guy's horrible. They go to his inauguration, and Tarlok has basically got this guy in his pocket. There is no other way to put it. He's just controlling this guy, and forget it, man. The chief of police might as well be just a puppet. The puppet master. That's actually what episode came to mind when I was watching this. And then, after the inauguration's done and all this, Tarlok offers Korra a spot back on his task force now that pro-bending's over. And she's like, yeah, that ain't happening. Sorry. That ain't gonna fly. And he's like, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about that. And, oh my god, I wanted to shoot him, because Korra gets kind of, mad at him a little bit, and she goes, you know what? You need me, but I don't need you. I'm the Avatar. And he's like, you are not, in fact, the Avatar. You are a half-baked Avatar in training. Which reminds me, how is your airbending going? Making significant progress with that? And Korra just like, the doubt in her eyes. I did not like the doubt in her eyes. That did not work well for me. She's just kind of distraught after that little comment. And he's like, I didn't think so. So stay out of my way, Avatar. And I was like, oh, you jerk! That's low, even for you, Tarlok. And then, okay, so later, after that little confrontation, Tenzin and Korra are talking on his Sky Bison, Oogie, and yeah, I gotta say, Cora's not feeling it really well. She's talking about how she's a spiritual failure, sorry, and that she's never been able to airbend. And she's memorized all the forms, guys. She has done everything she can to try to get this airbending block out of the way. And Tenzin, like, okay, have you ever talked to any of the past avatars? And she's like, well, I've had these visions. And he's like, what? Did you see any of the past avatars? And he's like, I saw Aang. He looked like he was in trouble, you know? And so he's like, oh, you should meditate on this, and we'll try to contact Aang. And I'm just like, yeah, that's going to work out well for her, considering that she can't go to the spirit world or anything. That's fantastic. And then she's back on Air Temple Island, and she's kind of feeling down about her inability. She's crying, which I don't know how to feel about that, but... And then her friends come up there, and they're like saying how amazing she is, and that they have her back, and that they're gonna help her any way they can. And I mean, and then they go on patrol. It was freaking awesome. Okay, the patrol was freaking awesome. They took an Equalist gang down, baby. Like, the teamwork too was just fantastic and well put together. Asami was shocking these guys. They got in the car, and Mako was lightning bending, and Korra and Bolin were earthbending the ramp for them to jump over the truck, and then earthbend the thing so they could make that turn in the smoke. And I was just like, this is why Asami is on the team. She a freaking awesome driver. And then Tarlok shows up, and he's like, why are you interfering with police task force business? And she's like, well, I didn't see the task force or the police anywhere around here when we were doing this. And he's like, you know what, just stay out of my way, okay? Or you're all gonna be in trouble. And she just like all smug, and he's just like all pissed. It was so hilarious. I loved it, because I was like, score one for Korra. And then Tarlok, that son of a gun, he convinces the council to set a curfew for non-benders, and that anybody associated with the Equalist, yeah, they go to jail. That's not cool, man. That's not cool at all. Kind of reminds me of the 1940s and 1950s, respectively. And you know, and then, okay, Team Avatar, they just kind of chilling by their car, and then they get on the police scan, and they hear about this rally or whatever, so they go, and the police have cut off the electricity to all the non-benders' homes, and are, like, got them behind a blockade of some sort. And, oh my god, before that, though, okay, I gotta mention this, because, you know, everybody saw this moment, is when Mako helps Korra into the back seat, and they're like, she's like, oh, what a gentleman. They're kind of like, you know, being chummy with each other, and they're kind of just kidding around. And Asami looks in the mirror, and you got this little look, just like, oh crap, that's not good, man. I think that was more suspicion than jealousy, but you know, it's there. It's there in the base. Anyway, and the power has been turned off for all the Equalists by Tarlok and the MCs. And, upon noticing the Avatar's arrival, one of the non-benders pleads with her to help them, claiming, I love this statement, because this just like, pfft, you might as well just put it's like got so much volume in itself, and she says, you're our Avatar too. And that's what an Avatar is, guys. It's not just for the benders, even though she is also the Avatar for the non-benders. She's Avatar for every person in the world. Not just you freaking benders that think they're all cool, but the non-benders too. So, there you go. And Korra promises to do what she can. Well, so this leads to a disagreement between her and Tarlok, and yeah, it doesn't go very well, because then he orders all the police to get the non-benders, claiming that they're Equalists, and tries to take them to jail. Korra intervenes, like earthbending them back to the ground so they can't be taken away, and it just, yeah, and then he notices Asami. Tarlok notices Asami, gets her arrested because she's a non-bender past curfew, bullcrap, and then arrests Mako and Bolin, you know, for unknown reasons. And Korra's about to crush him with 2 rocks when he says, you know what, you do that, you're just going to join your friends in jail. And Mako, everybody's telling her not to do it, just to go back to Air Temple Island, get Tenzin, let him bail them out. Which is going to be hard to do, considering Tarlok now controls the police. Freaking, I'm going to kill him. And then, okay, so later that night, Korra and Tenzin try to reason with the COP, which is the chief of police. Cop. But he's so scared of Tarlock that it doesn't work. So, yeah. And Tenzin and Korra tell him that he's the worst police chief ever. I love that moment, because he's like, but you really are the worst. Ever. and Tenzin tells Korra that he'll talk to the council in the morning about this. But Korra decides to take it into her own hands, like she always does. And she gets on Naga and goes to City Hall. And, yeah, she talks to Tarlock. Well, he's doing all this just to get her back under his thumb, so to speak. And it kind of ticks him off that she's the only person that won't listen to him. And then, you know, they trade some words, and he's like, you know, we're a lot alike, you and me. We go to extremes in extreme situations, we go to extremes to make our goals come true. And she's like, I'm nothing like you. If anything, you're like a Mon. And that just snaps something inside him. He attacks her, and she firebends at him, and then he builds a water dome and just shoots ice shards at her, which actually kind of cut her in a couple places, like her face and her side and her arms and stuff. And then, like, she turns the wall that he's using the water bin and just throws him out off the balcony. And she's like, how's this for a half-baked avatar? What up? And so then the fight kind of continues from there, and she's like, what you gonna do now? You don't got no water. And all of a sudden, I knew as soon as she said that, too, that he was gonna do something like this. Dun dun dun! Tarlock is a freaking bloodbender. And as soon as she tries to make the final blow to him, yeah, he bloodbends the crap out of her and throws her against the wall. She's like, how are you doing this? It's not a full moon! And apparently Katara spread her knowledge of this. Like, she didn't teach anybody, but, like, she, you know, told them about it. Not smart. Come on, people. Even I know that art should have been kept hidden. I wanted it to be, you know, out in the world, but it should have been kept hidden. And not just, like, you know, people heard about it. Because Korra had good knowledge of it. She's like, you're supposed to have a full moon for this. What the heck are you doing? He's like, there's a lot of things you don't know about me. Then we get another freaking vision when he knocks her out. Holy crap. Okay, turns out Yakone? Yeah, Yakone. He was a freaking bloodbender too. And I knew he had some relation to Tarlock. He's like his father or a master or something. I don't know. But then, oh, good. Yeah. And this is the part that kind of infuriates me, is when he has her in the back of his truck or his car. And she's all tied up, and she's bruised, and he's like, you're never gonna see Republic City again, mwahahaha. And she firebends at him, but he closes the door, and I'm just like, oh, you son of a gun. Yeah, and it ends right there. I'm like, where's he freaking taking her? Holy crap. What the, All in all, that just annoyed me. I was like, freaking little, chika. Yeah, I had really no complaints about this episode. I couldn't find a complaint in here. It was action-packed. It was nicely paced. It was well choreographed. Some of the lines were just like, you know, they seemed forced, but you know, that's no big deal. Other than that, yeah, it's just well done. And I can't wait till episode 9. It is called Out of the Past. And I think we're gonna get a little Aang action. Woo! Yes! Please! Please! Anyway, this is it for now. Beach Shine Avatar out. Peace.